What's next for Caitlin Clark and the WNBA? Insights from sports reporter says she has to prioritize health. Adding a mid-range floater to her arsenal, reports No Off-Season podcast. Caitlin Clark faced a tough 2025 season, battling multiple injuries that derailed her momentum. It began with left leg tightness, escalated to a left quad strain, and ultimately culminated in a season-ending right groin injury. To make matters worse, a severe left ankle sprain crushed any hopes of a return. Reflecting on the challenging year, Clark described the ankle sprain as one of the worst sprains of her career. Now, as the offseason unfolds, her focus is clear: recovery and rebuilding. "I think my main focus is really just getting my body healthy," Clark shared, emphasizing the importance of testing her body in 5-on-5 situations to ensure she's ready for the demands of the game. Beyond physical recovery, Clark is determined to elevate her mid-range game, an area that has been a noted gap in her skill set. Historically, Caitlin Clark's game has revolved around Lisa Blutter's 3-and-key philosophy from her Iowa days. However, her lack of a consistent mid-range floater has raised eyebrows. In her rookie WNBA season, only 8.05% of her attempts came from the 3 to 10-foot range, with a decent efficiency of 46.08% per Basketball Reference. In 2025, she played just 13 games before injuries sidelined her, and her mid-range attempts dropped further to 7.84%. While her efficiency improved to 48%, the limited volume just 25 shots painted an incomplete picture. "The biggest thing on the court is just that mid-range area," Clark admitted earlier this year. "I got pretty uncomfortable in there when I would get in there. I didn't really have any floater. I didn't like taking a mid-range jump shot." She's now focused on adding a floater and improving her ability to finish through contact. The WNBA landscape is evolving, with mid-range shots becoming increasingly vital. Ben Pickman highlighted on No Off-Season. The Athletic Women's Basketball show that shots taken in the 3 to 10-foot range increased by around 6% year-over-year in 2025. "That's the biggest jump we've seen in some time," he noted, attributing the rise to improved perimeter defense across the league. As Caitlin Clark works toward full fitness for 2026, refining her mid-range game will be crucial not just for scoring variety, but also to adapt to shifting league trends. Fans and analysts alike are eager to see how she evolves her game in the coming season. As the lights dimmed after Caitlin Clark's electrifying rookie season, one question lingered across the basketball world. What's next? The Indiana Fever's young superstar had already reshaped how America viewed women's basketball, breaking records, selling out arenas, and driving television ratings the WNBA hadn't seen in decades. But according to one seasoned sports reporter, Clark's next great challenge won't be about points, assists, or trophies. It'll be about preservation. "Caitlin has to learn how to take care of Caitlin," wrote veteran journalist Maria Jensen, in a column that quickly went viral among WNBA circles. "She's already proven she's special. Now, the priority is making sure her body and mind hold up under the weight of everything she's carrying." The price of stardom. Clark's rookie year wasn't just historic, it was relentless. From sold-out crowds in every city to the constant camera flashes and social media storms, she lived in motion. Every game was a headline, every gesture dissected. The Fever's schedule, packed with cross-country flights and back-to-back matchups, left little room to breathe, let alone recover. Jensen's column painted a picture of a young athlete in the eye of a media hurricane. "Caitlin's not just playing basketball," Jensen wrote. "She's balancing the demands of being a global brand, a league ambassador, and a 23-year-old trying to figure out who she is in the middle of all that. And therein lies the danger." As Clark pushes toward another offseason filled with personal goals, strength training, shot refinement, and leadership development, experts warn that her biggest opponent might not be on the court. It's overuse. "She's got that Kobe-like mentality," Jensen said in a post-column podcast. But the WNBA grind is unforgiving. 40 games in a summer, constant travel, and everyone's best defense coming your way. If she doesn't start prioritizing health now, it could shorten what should be a legendary career. Learning the professional rhythm. The transition from college hero to professional icon is brutal, even for the best. In college, Clark controlled her world, her practice schedule, her recovery routine, her tempo. The WNBA, however, runs on a different rhythm. You play on Wednesday in New York, then fly to Dallas for a Friday game, and before you can unpack your bag, you're in Seattle on Sunday, said a former Fever trainer. The sleep patterns, the flights, the physicality, it's a storm. Rookie bodies aren't used to that kind of mileage. For Clark, who logged heavy minutes and took more hits than any other rookie guard, that storm was constant. She was targeted physically on defense, jostled off screens, and fouled hard by veterans intent on testing her mettle. Her response, predictably, was to push harder. She's wired to compete, Jensen said. She'll take a bruise and turn it into motivation. But the question is, when do you rest? The off-season crossroads. The Fever's exit from playoff contention gave Clark her first true off-season in years, a moment to reflect, recalibrate, and refuel. Instead of racing into another training marathon, her inner circle is reportedly urging balance. She wants to add muscle, sure, Jensen noted, but the bigger goal should be endurance and recovery. Sports physiologists echo the sentiment. Building durability, especially for guards who rely on quickness and shooting rhythm, isn't about adding bulk. It's about sustainable strength, mobility, and mental reset. Clark's workload was off the charts, said Dr. Lisa Hammond, a performance consultant who has worked with NBA and WNBA athletes. What she needs now is controlled rest. Recovery is a skill, not a luxury. The league's growing pains. Clark's situation also reveals a larger truth about the WNBA. The league is still learning how to handle superstardom on this scale. From travel conditions to media demands, the infrastructure around players hasn't always caught up to the new level of visibility. Clark, like many before her, had to endure commercial flights between games, a challenge that can mean cramped seats, limited rest, and inconsistent recovery routines. Caitlin Clark shouldn't be boarding Southwest after dropping 30 points in front of 18,000 fans, Jensen wrote bluntly. If the league wants to keep its brightest star shining, it has to modernize its approach to player care. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has already acknowledged the issue, hinting at expanded charter flight initiatives for 2026. Still, for Clark's immediate future, the burden of pacing herself remains personal.